Hi, beautiful people. It's cooler in here. Much cooler.
Same to you, Drew.
Yeah.
Go for Drue.
How does it feel now having full preparation for the Baltimore Ravens, and what do you think is going to be key between now and obviously the game next Thursday?
Yeah, well, today we were out there, obviously ones-on-ones. Again, it's been a while against our offense. So obviously perfecting our craft and our technique. And we'll get into the X's and O's of the Baltimore prep later this week and into next week. But good to get back out there. It was hot, full pads. It was a tough one, but it was good to be back out there.
Is there sort of a, I guess, mental lever that you switch of it's preseason, training camp, all of that, and now, you're getting down to the games that matter and that kind of preparation?
I think in human nature, you feel like as you get closer to when it really counts, you feel that way. If I was to say there was one, Spags might get on me. He talks about the switch always being on. But as it gets towards that opening day, certainly as a player, as you play more years in this league, you start feeling the excitement of what that is and what it means. It's a lot.
Drew, with regard to Spag, what have you learned about him over your time here, and what is it you think enables him to succeed as he has?
He's a really consistent coach. Doesn't matter if it's the off-season, OTAs, training camp. He's really steady in his messaging, in the way he goes about it, and the way he wants it done. I'd say consistency is a big thing with him. He's done it for a long time at a high level.
Did you find it particularly difficult to learn his system, or no? It seemed like you hit the ground running, but I mean, does he pose more of a challenge than some defensive coordinators do?
Yeah, last offseason in the OTAs, when we were doing our virtual and then showing up here, I had no clue what was going on. I was like, all the verbiage, all the communication, it took a second to learn. Once you understand conceptually kind of what he's trying to do, you can kind of piece things together and the game starts happening faster, but it's a lot at first.
Drew, to that regard, you guys had no outside defensive free agents brought in this offseason. How much do you think it can help to have a whole team coming back knowing exactly what you're talking about, what you need to do?
In terms of communication, when you have guys who have played together, certainly it makes it easier. You see it at every level, in every sport. When guys are new together, there's a growing pains that happen, and so we're grateful to be, returning a lot of our guys on defense. Obviously lost Willie, lost LJ, lost a few others who were key players. But I think it's a credit to our coaching and our front office for bringing in great players and developing great players. And when you have that continuity, you have a chance for success.
Drew, you mentioned you do lose players. It's a business, and you got your new contract in the off season. When you see a team like Creed also get paid, you've seen others. What's the kind of messages does it send? What's the kind of mood in the locker room when you see that guys do and can get rewarded for staying here and winning here?
Well, there's certainly great players that get paid, and there's certainly great players that teams move on from. And I know in regards to Creed, we're super grateful to have him back. He's a key piece to our offensive line, our key piece to our team, honestly. But whenever you have guys, internal guys who do well for a team and they bring them back, I think the camaraderie and the excitement and the guys, it makes the guys excited. It makes the young guys who are looking for that next contract excited for the potential to make this place home. But it certainly brings excitement.
You weren't here with JuJu, but he's back. What did you see from teammates kind of reuniting with him?
Well, Nick was saying he was getting treatment on the table today, and he's like, that voice sounds so familiar. And he looked up, and JuJu's like, what's up, brother? So I look forward to meeting JuJu and getting after it. I hear he's a great player. Him and Pat have good chemistry, and I think he missed like 4 or 5 games and still almost had 1,000 yards for the team a few years ago. So he'll be a key addition for us and help us.
Couple more.
Does the chemistry of this defense carry over from last year? And you guys have had people kind of in and out, injuries during the preseason. Do you have to kind of reestablish that as you get ready for Baltimore, or do you feel like it does kind of carry over?
Well, it's a great point because you're constantly trying to build chemistry, and even in this preseason, we've faced some adversity with having guys go down. You talk about Chris, you talk about Nick, you talk about different guys missing some time. Jay Watt just getting back in the fold, Jay Reed missing some time with the quad, and so whenever you have guys in and out, it's hard to build that chemistry. We're certainly thankful to be getting those guys back and start building and trying to play our best football week in and week out.
Anybody else? Last one?
Do you have any experience of that you can take from playing on opening night that's different than like Sunday at 1 o'clock, Sunday at noon? Is there any difference that you can have preparing for when you know you're the only game on the stage that night?
Yeah, I mean, there's a few different scenarios in the NFL where I feel like you're the only game on, whether it's Sunday Night Football or Monday night. But opening night in particular is super exciting because you're kicking off the NFL season for everybody. And so all the eyes, anybody who's paying attention to the NFL, you have like Sunday Night Football, teams are traveling home. Opening night, everybody's watching. To be honest, you don't think about that, I think, as a player. I think it's just controlling the adrenaline and the emotions, the human experience of a big moment, and trying to calm those nerves and calm that excitement and curb it and use it in a positive way. But at the end of the day, try to execute to your best ability. And that's what we're going to have to do because they're a really good team. And we obviously know what happened in the AFC Championship game. So they're going to be coming in here hot, as is every team. But we welcome the competition and we're really looking forward to it.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Thanks, y'all.
Thank you.